my God, will Pulse fill up? Yes. If it accrues so much value and gets so many users, yeah, the fees will go up and you'll just get really, really rich holding Pulse watching. Oh no, more really, really rich people. Like, you can't, here's the thing. You cannot force a free market to keep things cheap, because then crappy use cases that aren't valuable will outbid useful and valuable use cases. And do you want your chain with limited capacity to be filled up with crap? No, you don't want your chain filled up with crap. You want it filled up with nice, good things. Well, then how do you know what the difference between nice and crap is? By bidding. And the people that see more value in the chain pay more to use the chain. And then your limited resource chain, through the bidding mechanism, is filled with the most valuable things that people can fill it with. And so this like socialist USSR decree that, oh, we're just going to have cheap fees forever, it doesn't work, because there's a finite amount of space and you have to allocate it to certain users. And who should you allocate it to? Those that can most afford it, because they're bidding with their money for how valuable the transaction is. So the solution to a limited resource isn't to screw around with the pricing. The solution to a limited resource is to create more of the resource. So the Ethereum chain is full. Great. Well, we're going to make one with 4 times more throughput, and it won't be full. It'll be empty, and let's go fill it up.
Everybody, and welcome. Hopefully you guys are having a good time out there. We're going to be doing a Pulsechain market roundup as usual. We're going to check out access to ZKZX. I thought that was kind of witty. That's been some of the highlights over the last 24 hours. And Golden Bean from the Magic Carpet Ride. That is almost minted out. So we're going to cover that later on. And maybe that's something you want to check out, the Golden Bean. Who knows how juicy it might be. But yeah, they've had a real run on those golden beans in the last day or two, I think. So I'm going to check that out as well. All right. I hope you guys are doing well. It's probably still Sunday in the Northern Hemisphere. It's now Monday down under. And of course, it is 2 minutes past 12 on the 29th of April on Monday. So almost end of April as well. Pretty cool. All right, let's get into it. We got Sandy Beach in the house. Hey, Sandy, good to see you. And of course, Sandy's got her mini challenge on. May's mini challenge info above, burpees and jumping jacks. Man, you are really moving in. So from sit-ups to burping to jumping jacks and burpees, that's like one of the most amazing exercises for getting fit and keeping you agile as well. Probably best to ease into it, but very amazing now. And of course, that's the link there to Sandy Beach's health and fitness channel on X social platform. Sandy does an amazing job on there. Big shout out. Brian as well. What's up, folks? Good to see Brian, our community leader, always in the house, leading the way. And we appreciate it, Brian. Unprotected Hex in the house there. Hello, all. Good to see you, Unprotected Hex. And of course, welcome to the channel. Been in Discord lately as well. Big shout out from Sandy. Heidi ho. Solid in the house there. Hi, Hex Token and family. Hey, Solid. Hope you're doing well too. Good to see you in the chat there. And we got Magic Carpet Ride from Golden Bean themselves are in the house. Big shout out to Magic Carpet Ride there. You will be covering that a bit later, so stay tuned. Feel free to add any value in the chat there, Magic Carpet Ride, as we go, because yeah, it's a bit of magic, the old Golden Bean. Hexcavator's in the house there. Hey, Hexcavator, good to see you. Cheers. We got Scott Jackson as well. Good morning, all. Good to see you, Scott. Sandy says, I'll probably be doing the jumping jacks. Burpees are hard. Ha, 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 says Sandy. Yeah. But they are, both of those exercises are pretty amazing. So yeah, jumping jacks, man, that's been a while. It's got that lateral movement, isn't it? The old jumping jacks. That combination that's hardcore. That's like military grade. That's going to be pretty cool getting you fit. We got Nathaniel in house there. OMG, number one. Good to see you, Nathaniel. Welcome to the chat there. Maybe you're over on Superman Crypto. Let me know which channel you're on. Could be one of those. I haven't got that open today, so hopefully the moderators are out there. But good to see you, Nathaniel, in the house there. We've been growing quite strongly on Pulsechain X. So big shout out to all the new subscribers on Pulsechain X. I do see you and appreciate your support. If you're new, of course, on Pulsechain X, go subscribe as well. It's going pretty nicely over there. And of course, Superman Crypto is doing pretty well. And of course, here on Hex Token channel, we're streaming to over 10,500 subscribers. Big shout out. And thanks to everybody that watches afterwards. Leave your comments. I do respond to them. So get in there, folks, as well. Sandy says you can do one or the other on the old jumping jacks versus burpees, isn't it? Burpees. Of course, they call them RV jumps, burpees. There's probably a couple of names for those, but they are all body workouts. All right, let's get straight into it, folks. Without further ado, I always think I sound French like that, but I don't know if that sounds very French. Anyway, we got Bitcoin there, $63,126, down 0.7%. The Bitcoin dominance has really dropped, though. What we were over 53% a little while back, we're now at 50.5%. So there we go. Bitcoin dominance down, and of course Ethereum starting to move up. Are we going to get some sort of altcoin season? Because we've had a breakout in the ETH, haven't we, versus Bitcoin in the 4 hour, if I remember rightly. So $3,266 at the moment, up slightly. Is the old Ethereum actually doing pretty well? You can see everything's a bit mixed, maybe slight to the downside overall, with a few shiny ones there, like Tron is up a little bit there, 1.2%, 12.1 cents. What else is doing pretty nicely? ICP, CAS, of course, doing great again. Goes up and down. It's pretty much been in this zone, hasn't it, for quite a while, but it's green today. Looks like there's something called LA has come out of nowhere with a massive 458,000% gains here. I have no idea what that is, but it's $167. So let us know in the chat if you've actually seen any news about LA there. It's just come out of nowhere on that one. All right, let's jump over to Bitcoin. And of course, let us have a look at the charts. Here we are with the 50-day moving average on the yellow line. We're zigzagging around it at the moment, and 63,159. I think we're still looking pretty good. Still think we're looking pretty good there. We have obviously passed some key events. We had the Bitcoin ETF in January, the 10th, and then we had the Bitcoin halving back here on the 20th of April, and we're slowly marching forward there. You guys know often in the last two halvings, we've had, the month or two of a little bit of volatility moving around there, but yeah, and then off to the races after that. So we're slowly ticking away through that. Ignore the Chinese Taiwan invasion. None of us hope that happens, but there we go. Let's move on from that. And of course, we've got Ethereum as well. Ethereum at the moment, oh man, look at that, really strong, showing that little strong there. We're going to get some sort of altcoin season with this breakout versus Bitcoin, and of course, we're up there, $3,272. We're sitting right on the 50-day moving average, so that's pretty cool to see. And of course, we've got the Ethereum ETFs coming up on the 23rd, but not expecting approval. Less than a 25% chance of that, and I haven't seen any news about that being any more higher probability. But we're ticking towards it. The market may like it to hype it up, and we'll see how we go from that. Now, the interest rates, of course, we're not expecting anything now, probably to September, maybe if we're lucky. So maybe July if we're lucky, but September seems to be more likely. We will see how we go on. This is what we get this week. We've got the meeting, Fed meeting coming up this week, haven't we? Must be like tomorrow, is it? Something like that. All right, so let's, what day is it now? Yeah, something like that. All right, so let's jump over to, no, maybe not tomorrow. Maybe it's a day or two away. Maybe it's Wednesday or something. Anyway, we got Ethereum there looking pretty strong as the old Ethereum. So let's jump over to some of the other stuff here. I'm going to go past that. We're going to get into Richard. What happened to Richard Hart? I had Richard Hart posts. Richard Hart's been posting about blockchain. He's been doing a lot of other posts as well in the chat. I was actually going to be talking about that, but I'm not sure where I put those. I must have accidentally deleted it. But if you haven't checked out some of Richard Hart's posts, he's been posting about blockchain and how good Pulsechain is, how layer 2s aren't really that safe. So check out some of Richard's posts there. He's also been posting out a lot of other topics as well, but those are the closer ones to crypto that we're kind of following. Who else is here? We got Tom Kane in ours. Tom Kane. G'day. Good to see you, Tom. All right. Let's get into it. So day 352. We're wrapping up that at the moment. Heading towards 365 days. How far we got to go? Well, 13 days and 23 hours. We are now in 2 weeks, shaking out, was it 50 weeks, shaking out weak hands? We've just crossed it about 10 minutes ago. So what's happened? Is everything about to pump? I don't know. Let's see. But next 2 weeks should be pretty interesting on the Pulsechain chart. And I did post it out on X social platform yesterday, and it got some good interest in that. But 2 weeks to go to a 1 year anniversary. Woohoo! And don't forget, Matty Allen's got a big conference on for several days for the first year anniversary of Pulsechain. So that's going to be fun to see as well. I know he's been out and about doing several things of his own volition there, taking a lot of interest online as well. We've got Pulse at the moment, quadruple 0709, just up 0.2% there. Still 71% of the mean sacrifice price is, I think, a lot of upside, a lot of upside here and of course it's just a matter of diamond hands and having the initiative to accumulate is all I'm going to say. Pulsechain at the moment, quadruple 0292. Man, the upside for this is magnificent. And at the moment, we are still well below the mean sacrifice. Only 29%, of course, of the mean sacrifice price. A lot of upside there. And the buy and burn, 829.2 billion has been bought up and burned so far. 4.08% of the public supply is gone forever. Now, that is pretty cool. Now, incentive token is up 3%, so it's the star of the day. And of course, the ratio is really the one we've been looking at, 50,488. So over that 50,000 mark, very important there. So 50,488 pulse for one incentive token. How many incentive tokens we got? 30,302,000 ticking away as well. Now, obviously, as we move into as the supply grows, the inflation will be relatively less in terms of the total supply. So it's going to be fun to see that play out as we move over into the new year. For after the Pulsechain birthday. We've got Hex at the moment, P-Hex or Hex on Pulsechain. That is down 3.17% there. Still accumulation zone for Hex. And we're at 0.0887, so just under 89/100th of a penny. E-Hex at the moment had a rally overnight. Pretty nice. I said it too. Everything I talked about in yesterday's live stream, was it yesterday? No, the day before. All of them pumped. How about that? Isn't that crazy? So if you watch the charts long enough and you watch the teams, you get a feel for what's going on. And that's as simple as that, really. What else we got going here? We got 20/100th of a penny. So the combined price of EHEX and PX is 1.1 cent. Now, when the Magic Carp ride really takes off, that's ahead of us. So we just got to be patient for that one. Timing is always the trick, right? Timing is all the trick. So that's kind of accumulate is what we say at the moment. 1.1 cent is the combined price. That's not too bad for the old EHEX there and PHEX combined and accumulate time. So that's day 352. We'll be starting day 353 and shortly, probably about half an hour or so. Let's get to the charts though. This chart here I posted on X yesterday. I'm going to go full screen on this. And it's a nice little summary. It's a weekly chart of Pulsechain. And you can see us here holding this very important support line. And there's also the support line that Richard Park posts. And of course, you can see that we've been bouncing off it so far. Will we maintain that support there? I think it's particularly bullish if we do. And of course, we are leading into 14 days into the full year. And of course, 50 weeks of shaking out weekends. But of course, if we do have let's say we have a down scenario, capitulation scenario, man, it's got to be pretty amazing on the way back up, right? So we've got pretty much two scenarios there. One, we hold this line. And of course, which Richard Hart said on his charts. Two, we do get a capitulation event in terms of that we break down the support line, and then man, the way back up would be even more violent. So there we go. I don't think you can really lose with this one, although obviously not guaranteed financial guarantees. But man, it is looking good. On the weekly, we're down at 37.38 on the RSI. Let's jump to the daily. Daily, we are just humming along here on the RSI, right at the bottom on the oversold part. So it really does look like the bottom is in as such. So yeah, very, very cool. And onwards up here. So accumulate. The other one, of course, is on the 4 hourly. So look at the 4 hourly there. Sitting around about 47 here at the moment and just bouncing in the zone at the moment on the 4 hour. This is kind of the trader's view, right? So very, very cool. We're going to look for a breakout from there. We've got 2 weeks, still to go. It's going to be pretty exciting 2 weeks. All right, so that is Pulse at the moment. Pulsechain, pretty similar story, even stronger from this lower resistance line, support line, I should say. And of course, the RSI all the way down here on the daily at 36. Let's go to the weekly for this too. Bring that up. We'll go full screen mode. Never go full screen mode. I'm just kidding. So there we are on the RSI, looking pretty good too, 41. So fingers crossed there. We had some good support here at 2,400. So that was pretty cool. This previous resistance. We sort of spiked down to that at the moment. Will we go down to meet that? Well, maybe not if Pulsechain managed to bounce up, right? This could be the low, and off we go. So, it's sitting around 2,900 at the moment with support at the 2,500, 2,400 mark. All right, this Pulsechain. Let's incentive token. This is the one that's been doing very, very well. And, of course, the ratio to Pulse is looking pretty hot. Look at that, looking really nice, around 50,000. That's really positive. And the RSI is pretty chill as well, around 52. Let's go to the weekly on that too, just to bring in the longer term view. Look at that chart, beautiful. So looking very, very nice for a pop to the upside as well, back on Pulsechain. So yep. Now this is the weekly for PHEX or Hex on Pulsechain, sitting at 8,800 here. We're still in the accumulation zone, the orange line. Man, when it goes, it's going to go, and eventually, if we break out of this channel, at the top of it being 2.5 cents, then man, we're off to the races. We're talking about 3 cent plus combined, and catch me if you can. All right, so that is pretty much it on PHEX. EHEX, of course, had the pump, and I was talking about this, so that's hilarious. And of course, been talking about the upside here to the BankX price, which I presume is still there. I haven't checked it for a few days, but there we are at 7/10 of a penny. So huge upside, really. I mean, there's nothing stopping it from going up, right? So there we go. Bam. All right, so there, 220% from where we are at the moment. So nothing stopping us going there. Resistance obviously as we move through, but if PHEX runs, then EHEX is going to get dragged up. We'll see how much of that BankX gets bought through. If you remember V3, when it was on Ethereum, the BankX, it got bought through about $200,000 to $20,000, and then it came back right back the other way. So they ended up back with the Hex back, and that's the funny part about that. Anyway, so jokes aside, let's move on to the combined price of EHEX and PHEX. Here we are on investex.io. Check it out, one of our top 5 information sites on Pulsechain. Let's go to the daily and enlarge that screen. There's EHEX and PHEX combined. Now we are in the zone, right? This is 50 weeks to 52 weeks. We're in a pretty critical zone for accumulation, right? Now we still have the court case come. I think it's October, so we've still got that, and that's also a plausible scenario. But I think we've done this sort of year here. We're in a pretty crucial place to accumulate, and we've had pretty good prices for Bitcoin and Ethereum. So here we are at 1.09 at the moment, at the bottom of the range. And of course, a lot of upside. Like I say, once we break that 3 cents, it's up off to the races. Catch me if you can. That is kind of where we are on the Hex price there. Looks pretty easy money, if you ask me. Obviously not guaranteed, not financial advice, due diligence, all that good stuff. But that is pretty exciting. Let's have a quick look at the gas prices. We're going to run through this. 417,000 beats, so about 2x normal. 1 cent for a PulseX swap, 600th of a penny for a Pulsecoin transfer, and 2/10 of a penny for a PRC20 transfer. Ethereum at the moment is ridiculously low at the moment, only 5 Gwei. It's unbelievable. And of course, Pulsechain is still 550 times cheaper, even with Gwei at 5. That's kind of crazy. So yeah, up to $5.80 for a swap on Uniswap, but only 1 cent for PulseX. That's the place to be. And the BXs are right. The big X's are on the Pulsechain. So that's how we rock and roll. 49,268 is the number of validators at the moment. We've got 1.58 trillion. That picked up 2 days ago, if you remember. We're sitting at about 1.57. I think we dropped to about 1.56. So we're back up there on the pulse off the market. And finally, our health check here, $115.8 million. So we're sitting pretty similar to what we were 2 days ago. I think we were just over 116 2 days ago. So we're kind of just sitting in this range between, say, 114 and 118 at the moment on the bridge. And we're going to keep watching that because that's going to be a critical sign of the magic carpet ride, right? That's why we're watching this health check of the bridge. So magic carpet ride. We also know that Coast is looking to make an agreement. Coast, the stablecoin CST, they've got a big financial agreement they're trying to sign. And of course, if they get up and running, I'm sure they're going to be back within a week or two, probably, maybe 3 tops, to have Coast back online for the CST stablecoin. Currently sitting at $4 million and well below peg, as we guys have checked it out there. All right, that's pretty much it on that. Let's jump over to derivatives. Let's have a look at the best performers. We can see that Ethereum, Hedron Ethereum up 17%, Icosa up 13%, doing really, really well. I think one of these was up about 50%, I think, earlier. So it was pretty cool. Not sure which one. We got Icosa on Pulsechain up 2.5%, and Hedron down 2.3%. So they're ticking away pretty well there for the derivatives. The influencer coins, which have actually added a lot of the value on Pulsechain. So if you're watching, if you're following Access Alive, Randy Alasky, Crispy Man, Hexy Bastard. These guys are adding a lot of value. Now you can criticize, of course, reasonably, different token launches for different reasons. So it's up to you what you want to do there. But at the moment, they have been creating a lot of volume on Pulsechain. So generally, that's been good. The other one, of course, is Tangang, White, I guess, Abit and the Tangang and all those people like that. They have been creating a lot of tokens, a lot of community, a lot of this and that. Now, obviously, there's also been, some things around dumping coins and playing that sort of game. So it's up to you. You've got to be careful with each token that launches. But I think on the whole, they've created a lot of value on Pulsechain. And of course, here we are at the moment. You can see we've got, let's just go by the percentage here. So X is alive. This is the one we're going to talk about first. It is at 18,600. And you know this one here absolutely rocketed. Let's go to the daily before we get into the Zoom part here. But all the way back here on the 10th of April, it rallied all the way to $98,126 here on old Axis Alive. And this has been incredible. Now, obviously, the market cap's got some massive market cap at 18.6 billion. And there's a little trick to that, right? In other words, you mint out a whole ton of tokens, you only issue a very small fraction of those tokens. That's the trick. And then, of course, if you've got enough people with the big hands to pump the chart, then you can get some pretty huge market cap. So, market cap is a vanity metric. Richard Hart kind of talked about that, and I think Axis has probably kind of proved a point there too. So there we go. But $224,000 liquidity still, even at this price at 18,600. But let's zoom into this big red candle that we've got today. Obviously, we had some the other day when it absolutely rocketed. But let's have a look on the hourly chart just to see what's been happening here. And of course, we can see that a lot of drama happened with this. How many hours ago? 13 hours ago and 24 hours ago, respectively. We've had there. So some big drama with the price. It has come all the way down from 30,000 down to 18,600 here on Axis Alive. Now, KDP has been doing some investigative work. And of course, 11 hours ago, Axis, she had some comments about this. Now, we're not going to go through all this. You can check out KDP and run through the X feed. But she's got here. So one of the Axis hacker wallets just finished dumping. First, they sent 270 million Pulse to this address. Then the dumbass realized there was Axis tokens to dump. So it sent it back 50 million tokens to that address. And so you can sort of see a bit of a chain analysis here. Then it dumped all the Axis tokens for nearly 5 billion Pulse. Woo! Lots of drama here. Then this rookie literally sent the Pulse over the Pulsechain bridge to Ethereum where there is no liquidity. And of course, they also forgot about the Pulse in that address. And of course, it hasn't moved yet. This is 11 hours ago, of course. So this moron either needs to bridge back the Pulsechain to dump, or they will eat 70% slippage on ETH, trying to sell bridge right Pulse on ETH. So there we are. This has to be the dumbest hacker of all time. Yo, I am literally dying. 11 hours ago, the dumbest person of the year award goes to this joker. Bro is dumping rat Pulse on Ethereum, and there is no liquidity. The scammer is getting wrecked. So there we go. Wreck the chart on Pulsechain. Well, not completely wrecked. I mean, it's still $18,600. Pretty awesome. But there we go. And of course, the guy who hacked is in my Telegram room. Katie said someone asked him to sign a signature to prove it was him, and they got hacked for all of those saying it wasn't true. So there we go. And there's lots of things you can go read that through, but that was some of the stuff that KDP was pointing out. So if you want to go, follow all that stuff, feel free. But anyway, the chart is down. So that's what we're going to take. And of course, it looks like there was some hacker there in the game. But chart went all the way down. How far down did it go? Went all the way down to $7,200, and it's already back up there. So if you did pick up the bottom here, if you're lucky enough to get in somewhere in here, even up here at 16, you've made a bit of money there. At the moment on Axis. So a little bit of drama there. Of course, we're a no drama channel, but that is the play. Now, BitBoy Ben is down as well. You guys know I talked about this, and after I talked about this, it pumped. So there we go. That was the other one, and I talked about that 2 days ago, and it pumped basically afterwards. And of course, went all the way up to 8 zeros, 2,200. Now down at 9 zeros, 8,488. But that pump there on the back of the fact that Bro token had launched on Pulsechain live with Hexy Bastard in a 9-inch exchange. And of course, then this got sold off. So there we go. Ben there played out like a charm. And of course, it is volatile, though. It's just the way it goes. Bro token. So Bro token, we were covering it. We're sitting at about 24 hundredth of a penny. It's now down at 1/10 of a penny at the moment. So that's pretty much that on Bro. It's going to take a little while to obviously had a huge rally to the upside, and it's got to find its floor, right? Floor price at 1 cent at the moment. It's looking pretty good though. 1, 2, 3. Looks like 3 days in a row there, the 1 cent has held its own. So is 1 cent going to be the floor? Still early days, but so far so good. We'll see how we get on. We've just started a brand new candle, of course, on day 4, and we're 24 minutes into that candle. So we'll see. We'll see where we go from there. All right, that is Bro. What else is everything else? Hexify is down 25%. Solid X is down 18%. to $78 on SolidX. And of course, that's Randy Arsky's big whale friend, isn't it, that set that one up as far as I know. Paul Pleb there from Hexy Bastard down 16%. No token for Randy Arsky down 11%, but still sitting up really nicely at 61/100th of a penny is the old note token. Trayvon's a more token is down 8.5% there. And of course, My Life is Awesome, his 420 is down 8% as well. That is pretty much the play there on the influencer coins. But, you know, they've played a pretty good role. You can see in the last 24 hours, $5 million of volume with all that drama in Toad. So it's a pretty good contribution to Pulsechain. If we're doing 30, 40 million, you know, that 5 million is pretty good. So not bad. All right, let's jump over to stables, which has been the other big theme. Now, we had a big drama change here with the PDI. And, of course, there are people pro the PDI arguments and people against the PDI arguments. And, of course, here we are. We are actually breaking and testing this. We're actually breaking this down. We'd start a brand new week here on this uptrend. And, of course, that means we're probably going to go down now is where we are at the moment. We're at 49/100th of a penny. Now, it does want to still make a penny, but, man, it's going to take its time to get there now that we're starting to break down through this the support here. Had a beautiful support there, and it looks like it's going to maybe do something like this, maybe do something like that again. And so this is where we are on PDI, just under half a penny. And yesterday got sold down from 75/100th of a penny down to just under half a penny here at the moment. So let's see where that goes from here. Definitely breaking down that support line there. And now it's just a matter of where it's going to go. How far will it go? So a bit more caution around the PDI. Still thinking 1 cent's in the play, of course, but it's going to take a longer journey to get there. It's going to go to grandma's house, have a cup of tea or something like that. All right, so that is kind of the play on that one. Let's jump over to where we're up to top PRC20s, Wrap Bitcoin. Wrap Bitcoin's come off as well. So got capitulated as well, 276. We're holding really well in here. That is actually broken down. So it's probably the one that's broken down the most, this and PDI. Out of the two big narratives, of course, Richard Hart posted about that several weeks ago. Both of those are broken down here, $217 at the moment. So be very careful about your entry there because that is kind of broken down support. There's no really clear way of knowing where that's going to go. Maybe $200 is a bit of a buffer there, but just be careful with that one. That is that. Now, we've talked about KDP. Now, the other one, of course, is ZKZX. Now, I haven't got that listed, so let's go to all-time tokens. Let's go to all the Pulsechain tokens and have a look at the list. Let's see, Pulsechain. Yeah, we're doing 43 million in volume, so that's a real boost there. So, yeah, what's 5 million of the influencer coins over that? That's pretty neat. So, good value there. And we've definitely lifted up in the volume of 24 hours. We've got 1,417,000 transactions which I think Ethereum's doing 1 million or so. So that's a pretty good number versus Ethereum's transaction numbers. But let's have a look at the tokens that have gone down. Just want to find a ZKZX because that's definitely down. I thought I would let me do the other way here. ZK, there it is at the bottom. So it's down 74%. And of course, the news, if you haven't heard about it, ZKZX, which is a fork of Tornado Cash, right? And I have used this as well, and it worked perfectly fine. But they are taking down their front end for some reason. I'm not sure what the reason is behind that. Let me know in the chat if you heard. But we will be taking down the ZKZX front end within 24 hours. If anyone has recently made a deposit, please withdraw your Pulse now. They got 56,000 views on that, so I'm not sure why that is, but that is what has happened there. The price of ZKZX, which is the fork of Tornado Cash there, is down at 1.7 cents there, 1.7 cents. And of course, that is down 74%. So pretty big down there. Probably best to avoid. Now, it's still going to trade, of course, subject to liquidity. Liquidity is down at 20K, but, you know, how far down is it going to go, right? So because the protocol is taken down. So, yeah, that's where it's kind of at the moment. All right, that was part of the news there. So we covered Axis. We've covered ZKZX. We're going to get into Golden Bean, which is really the star, the excitement of today, given the news about those other two wasn't so hot. But before we get into that, let's get into the best performers and see what's ticking away there. At the moment, we've got some new tokens. Now, remember, all these new tokens, not financial advice. Remember to use your due diligence. All of these are very DGN type projects. If they're not utilities, you know, they're pretty DGN, so just take extra care there. So SFD there is up 15,270%. So that's ticking up there. Let's have a look at that chart. It does have a website and a Twitter account. Once again, let's see what those are. Let's see if it actually goes anywhere. Yeah, some pretty basic little website there. Pretty basic. And the Twitter handle. Let's have a look at the Twitter or X handle, I should say. 30 followers there. All-time high there of 1 million live in 6 hours. So there we go. Just another little project. Everyone can, people can make tokens galore. But, it's got 70K liquidity at the moment. And, of course, let's have a quick check on the issues here. Quick intel. It's got a honeypot, yes. It's got honeypot written on it, so just avoid that one. There we go, avoid that one. I love that little deck screener thing. Does help as a quick guide. So we'll jump from that. We've got this other one called TEEV. This is on 9-inch decks, and this is just launched 6,200%. Let's have a quick look at that. Let's have a look at the quick intel. No issues on that. Honeypot, no. Ownership renounced unknown, so you have to go check that on the code. See if that's renounced. And apart from that, that has been taken away for 3 hours and 45 minutes. It's got 95K liquidity. It does have a website and Twitter account there. Is this another Tangang one? Has it got the Tangang picture? I don't know. But Scuba Steve is in the house. Actually, it looks like it's got quite a decent setup on it. You once again have to do due diligence on it. But that actually doesn't look too bad. Actually, looks like it's set up pretty nicely, actually. Let's go to the Twitter handle and have a look at that. Steve on Steve on Pulsechain. Founder Steve Hitson. Oh, we know Steve Hitson, don't we? So there we go. It looks like another influencer in the house there with his own token there. So we might have to add that. I'll have to double check, but I will add it in the meantime to the influencer coins. And that looks like that's ticking up there. So that might be something to investigate if you like a bit of speculation DG in there. Still early times as well. Let's see how we go there. Now, that is that one. What else we got going on here? We got UN token, UN mini meal coin. So that's one up 122%. So a quick look at that. No website or anything like that. So just take care of there. And it's been around for quite a long time. It's the old UN coin here. So it has got a bit of history to it. Mitra. So now we're finally getting into our utilities. Mitra, one of our 7 NFT marketplaces, is up 15%. So nice there from influencer Gerardo. So still doing a pretty good job there. SparkSwap is up 10.7% as well. And what else? That's another utility. DWB there is up at 10.5%. Those are everything above 10% at the moment. So pretty modest list. But we have got a bit of a mixed bag between some new coins, some new influencer coins, utility coins there, DEXs, things like that, LP pools. And then you followed up there with some meme coins, DWB. We've got PDRIP still holding up there, up 7.6% to $4.66. Not too bad there for PDRIP. Loan token is making a bit of a rebound at 5.8%. Let's have a quick look at loan token at the moment. Obviously, this is, man, what a value to pick that up. Look at that thing down there, really kicking off the bottom there. Nice little accumulation zone there for the old liquid loans as well. So not bad. That leads us into a golden bean. Yeah, boy, golden bean. All right, let's do a refresh here on the site. Man, it looks so good, doesn't it, the site? And hey, look, this is probably something you want to take a look at. Let's be fair. Had a bit of a big minting at the beginning. Did have a phased minting, right? Had Tangang free mint. This is a sort of a collab between Tangang and the Magic Upright. Bean free mint there, and then a public sale, which is live at the moment. So you're getting access to that. Now, they had a big start. I think it was a couple hundred at the beginning, and it's sort of slowly just minting out. And then just the last day or two, they've really started to accelerate, and it's now over 1,061 have been minted so far, with 1,329 left. So there's, about 270 left. So this is probably your chance to pick one of these up. Not financial advice, but you definitely consider checking it out. And who knows, what sort of magic are you going to get from this? Really, really cool. Discover the enigmatic allure of the golden bean, a rare gem restricted to just 1,369. Intricately woven with the sacred geometry of 369, holding secrets of profound significance. What are the secrets, folks? For those who dare to unlock its mysteries. So might be worth a good, good go there to pick one of these up. So definitely worth trying that. Now, Magic Upright put this out on their X profile. Update on golden. This is just before the live show. Up on golden and bean NFTs. They're almost gone. A further 100 or so minted since the last update. At the current rate, most likely minted out in a few more days. So you might want to get in on these before they get taken out, because I think this is going to be pretty exciting. Now, this is just part of a golden part of a bigger part of the Magic Carpet Ride ecosystem. And of course, you can see here, this is their buffet, basically their dashboard. All their protocols earn fees, and all the fees go into this protocol as earnings. And so if you do have the MCR token, you stake it in here, you will be earning from all their protocols. And I guess it's pretty handy to have that golden bean as well. So pretty exciting here. You can see so far $16,700 of rewards has gone in here. It's got all the TVL here on buffet. So I'm going to post this in the chat there if you guys want to check out Magic Carpet Ride, because definitely a top team there for that. Let's have a look on this one. So that's the handle there for Magic Carpet Ride. Check it out. Bam. And of course, Sandy Beach says, I like golden beans. Yeah. And let's get into some of these comments since I've been talking quite a bit here. Let's see. We got up to Tom. I remember that. We got Wookie in the house. Hey, Wookie is in the background. Just don't look behind you. You may get a surprise. That's pretty scary, Wookie. But pretty scary indeed. We got Jay everything in the house there. Good to see you, Jay. Woohoo! Yeah, a long time since we've done a woohoo. That's for sure. Craig Pitt in the house there. Morning all. Good to see you, Craig. Sandy Beach is no bro, lol. It's no bro. It's supposed to be a bromance between Ben Armstrong and Richard Hart. Of course, that's the narrative there. Pump and dump, says Hex. I guess you were talking about the bro. Is that what you're referring to there? 100 says Sandy Beach. We've got the beans from Sandy Beach. They're looking pretty good. Teve was launched live on Randy's stream today. I think Steve Hitson will burn 1% each day for the next 99 days. Not financial advice there. A nice insight there from Solid. Well done. That is Teve. We covered that there, launched by Steve Hitson. I do know Steve Hitson, or at least I've seen him before some time back, so I was familiar with his name. Magic Carpet says you will need more than one. Really? So if you get more than one magic bean, that's even better, is it? That's even better. But Sandy Beach is like 5. Do you need like 5 magic beans? Yeah. All right, so where's that site? So this is the site. If you want to mint out a golden bean, this is the site to do it. So I'm going to say mint a golden bean. You just never know your luck, folks. You know me, I don't often, say, normally it's non-financial advice, but this one probably might be good to the upside, folks. It might be pretty exciting. I like golden beans, says Sandy. Indeed. Magic Cup Race says we're just getting started. 3 more dApps to come. Yeah, I was about to cover that there. Sandy Beach says yes, he was a YouTube streamer a while back. Says Sandy, he was indeed. Yeah, we were talking about Steve Hitson there. Yeah, he was streaming way back. Pulsechain, mint a golden bean. There we are. So if you want to mint one, that's a place to do it. And of course, a good place to be. Now, and it's a very important part. This part here about Magic Carpet Rides says we're just getting started. 3 more dApps to come. Yeah. So obviously, minting golden bean could be really golden. And of course, what we're going to say about that? Yeah, the team has got 3 more dApps to come, and they'll be feeding fees into this. And of course, you can go to the staking page. You can stake your Magic Carpet Ride there, so you can buy that on the market already. And then of course, start earning today. And of course, you just sit back, let the protocols launch, and start earning there. And if you got some magic beans, get some magic. Who knows what that's going to be? It's going to be a bit of fun, and you just never know your luck, do you? So that is kind of the cool stuff there from Magic, from the old Magic Carpet Ride, which have got multiple protocols, right? They're going to have Barista, Steakhouse is coming up there, Bistro is coming up, the OTC desk, and they'll probably be the first OTC desk on Pulsechain. We also know that the Patias is looking to do that with their AI product coming up, but they'll be quite a bit behind the old Magic Carpet Ride team there on the OTC. So that's going to be a very, very cool utility for Pulsechain. So very, very nice there. Don't forget to give them a follow and all that good stuff. So that is pretty much there on the old golden bean. So consider minting one today. That's probably the way to go about that. Rev10 in the house there. Hey, hello. Good to see you, Rev10. Welcome to the chat as well. Magic Carpet Ride says you know about 2 of them. I wonder what the third one is. Wink, wink there from Magic Carpet Ride. I'm looking forward to it. Earn Protocol says Sandy Beach. And Sandy Beach, she's in the house. She's like the detective here. So she's going to be trying on that one. All right. So yeah, mint out a Magic Golden Bean. I think that's going to be pretty cool. Yeah, let's see how we go with that. It's going to be fun times. we'll keep tabs on that one. All right, so we're going to get the Hex, and see how we're going for this one. So day 1609 on Hex on Ethereum, 28th of April. Price up 25% there, and the payout. Look at that payout today. Price up 25%, and the payout rocketing to 9.839 Hex per T-share on the old Ethereum chain there. Man, can't keep a good thing down. And let's look at the T-shares, down 4,400, sitting at 9.2 million T-shares at the moment. Let's have a look at the reward pool. 50 million, almost 51 million Hex penalties. My goodness, I didn't even know. I hadn't even looked at this. Looking at it live here, 90,761,000 Hex in the reward pool. Isn't that beautiful? So there we go. What a payday for Hexkins there. Plus the fact that you've got the price up as well. That's kind of cool. All right, the growth. We're up 11 liquid holders, down 14 miners, sitting just over 118,000 miners at the moment on Ethereum. Let's go to Pulsechain. Now, Pulsechain always comes out a little bit later for some reason. I'm not sure why that is. But we got yesterday's result, which I didn't cover, and the day before. I don't think I covered that either. So we got 7 and 6.9 Hex respectively for those last 2 days. The latest day, of course, was it 300 and what I said day it was there, 353 or something like that. That is not out yet. So there we go. Let's have a look at the penalties in there. We're going to go past the T-shares and have a look at that. Yeah, 2.8 million and 629. But the day before that, we got 9.5 and 7.6. So there's been plenty of penalties on the old Pulsechain side. Now, looking at liquid holders, definitely growing in liquid holders. And for a while, we have had a lot of less miners. We're supposed to be the adoption chain, Pulsechain, but we had losing a lot of miners there. Now, there could be different reasons for that, but we definitely had a trend for about 70, 80 days. Looks like we've kind of have a little bit of a break in that trend at the moment. 31 and 5. So additional miners there, sitting at 124,000. So there's about 6,000 more miners on the old Pulsechain than Ethereum. And I guess it's not surprising at the moment. Now, obviously, if the price of Hex breaks out, things are going to go crazy. There'll be more miners and all this sort of stuff going on when we get into that breakout mode for Hex. But that is pretty much it at the moment on Hex. And, of course, the T-share price at the moment, $91 on Ethereum and $300 there on Pulsechain at the moment. Obviously, that's spot prices. Longer pays better. You get 20% more shares per year, up to 10 years. So that's something you can think. And, of course, bigger pays better if you can, at the moment, with the current prices of Hex, you can pick up a lot more volume for the bigger pays better as well. Pretty cool. Now, a big shout out to Crispy Man over on Hex Info. If you want to go on the next level deep dive, I always do the summary of Hex daily stats, but if you want to go next level, check out Crispy Man on YouTube. He goes into all the Hex charts and share rates and everything else like that on a regular basis. So check him out for the next level. Honestly, I think it's only him and I that are doing the Hex regular covers. Let me know in the chat if you've seen anyone that at least does it once a week. Let me know out of the influencers, because they need to get back on doing more, don't they? Tell them. You go tell them. Go tell them to be a Hexkin. Go on. Tell them. I dare you. Double dare you. All right. Fun aside, that's pretty much it. We're going to jump into something that's not Pulsechain or Ethereum in this case, and that is runes on Bitcoin. Now, you guys know you don't want to miss. Bitcoin's obviously going to be huge in the bull market. Already beaten its previous all-time high, and people are talking about big price upside, 150 to 180 to 240 from Richard Hart, is it? And of course, if we had gold value, we're talking about $400,000 plus. So we're talking about big boom market, this bull market. And of course, on top of that is runes for the first time in a bull market that Bitcoin will have its own meme coin ecosystem. That's got to be golden, right? So runes are absolutely off the press, and the runes protocol doing pretty well. Will they have the biggest meme of the bull market? That's the thing. That's the opportunity. Green pastures. It is pretty exciting, and I've covered this a couple of times, but definitely check out Magic Eden. Centralized exchanges are now adopting runes protocol and the tokens. And some of the leaders, of course, are Runestone, Prometheans, Ryzik, and Rune Doors, many others like that. Some of the tickers at the moment on runes. We jump over to the runes here. So those are the ordinal collections that you're getting rune tickers. You're getting airdrops from that, but the actual tickers at the moment, you can see Ryzik up at the moment. This is sorted by 24-hour volume. Dog to go. Will this be the biggest meme coin on the planet? Dog on Bitcoin. And of course, big leader here with Leonidas. I've been posting out a lot about this. Potentially going to be absolutely ginormous. And or looking to take out Dogecoin as the #1 meme coin in the world. And that's a huge upside, right? So what's it, 18 billion for Dogecoin, something like that. This is sitting at 404 million at the moment, so the upside is huge. The Bitcoin community leading it with Leonidas is massive. So watch out for this one. You don't want to miss the big plays, this bull market there. So definitely do your due diligence. Check it out here on magiceden.io is a good place to start, and you can go from there. So looking pretty cool. Some of the next one that's coming up at the moment is going to be the collection from Prometheans that just had its snapshot last night or early this morning, I should say. And of course, that token is going to be dropping soon. That is rune number 2. So dog is rune number 3. That's when it was created or etched. And of course, rune number 2 is about to drop from Promethean's team. That's a huge NFT project team on Ethereum that's getting on Bitcoin as well. They've got over 300,000 followers and of course dominated the NFT space on Ethereum as well. They're now going to look to dominate as well on Bitcoin. So it's going to be pretty massive there as well. So don't miss out the runes theme for this bull market. You're combining Bitcoin and memes together, winning combination. And of course, looks like dog is going to do pretty well there. Yeah, we're looking forward to it. So yeah, it's going to be pretty massive. Check it out. Lobo doing pretty well as well. Lobo the Wolf, another good one is Satoshi Nakamoto, of course, and many others. And of course, the next one, a big one, is about to drop. Let's go have a quick look at that on Luminous. Luminex here. There's another runes information site. We're going to have a look at the issuance here. So we've got the runes here. Decentralized is the one that's about to drop. And that's going to be fun to see how that plays out as well for the Prometheans team. So the big Ethereum NFT team that is hot off the press. So rune number 2 as well. So it's going to be a fun time to see where this goes. That's a bit of a teaser. If you want to find out more, of course, jump into our Discord, into the Strategy Club. Links in the video description. $35 a month. Join up for that. And we cover multi-chain opportunities that you do not want to miss. You want to have part of your portfolio. And so check it out. Get involved. Now, if you want to join up to our Pulsechain Hex Discord just as a general member, that's $5 a month, 16 cents a day. Links in the video description as well. So you can use the link for the same thing there. All right. Let's see who else has jumped in here. Let's see here. We've got Magic Outward says 31 watching. Smash up them likes. Definitely smash the likes. Let's see here. They didn't give Sandy any room idea of what it was. I love it. Bob Wells says only 2 penguins in the chat. Hey guys, hey, good to see you, Bob. Probably view in the house there. Very nice. Appreciate that. And Sandy Beach says there are runes on the Pulse chain. Yes. A community member called Execute has launched runes and his own version of the dog coin and things like that. And what else he's done? What did I say? He's done rune stones as well. He's dropped those to some members. I think it's been worth about up to about $200 for those airdrops. Let's Execute on X if you want to follow up that. He's sort of trying to copy what's happening on Bitcoin on the Pulse chain, and it seems to have some modest success there. So definitely things happening there. Sandy seems to be all over it too. I like penguins in Sandy Beach. Crowley says, great show as always. Thanks for the economic updates. You're welcome there, proper view. And we've got Wookie says Wookie loves his Lobo and Moondog pets here. Definitely going to do pretty well, aren't they? Some of these tokens. So what we're going to do, we're going to probably see Decentralized do very well from the big Ethereum team on Bitcoin doing NFTs. We're probably going to see Leonidas, of course, with Runestone and Dogcoin. That is Dog Go to the Moon. They're actually going to be probably looking to try and land a dog on the moon with a SpaceX rocket. Yeah, don't miss out on that. That's probably something for later in this year. Apparently, they're arranging for a spot on one of those rocket ships that's going to the moon. Yeah, I don't know whether they're going to have to put some sort of anchor on it or whatever for that dog, but it's going to be pretty hilarious. And you can imagine the amount of kudos for that in crypto for that. The other one, of course, is Wolf token. There is going to lob. The Wolf is doing pretty well. Also, so some honorable mentions: Satoshi Nakamoto, Meme Economics, Dog, a few others like that. Fihu, of course, doing well also. So a lot of stuff happening in the runes space there. That is on Bitcoin chain. Yikes, says Sandy Beach. Yikes. All right, 50 minutes on the live stream. I think that's pretty good. I hope you guys enjoyed today's coverage. Pulse chain, we covered a bit of Ethereum and a bit of Bitcoin. And we're mixing it up a little bit here just because it's so much fun on crypto, isn't it? We don't want to miss out on some of the cool things as well. Pulse chain is going to have lots of amazing things on it, but there's lots of other cool things happening elsewhere in crypto as well. All right, we're going to leave it at that. Let's finish up. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hey, what do we got there? 50 weeks is up now. We're closing in on that full 365-day, 1 year anniversary. And of course, accumulate. That's all I can say. And wait for the Magic Carp ride. I'm sure it's going to be glorious. Take care, everybody. Bye for now, and I'll catch you again tomorrow. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and hit the bell, and I'll see you in Discord. Bye for now. And a big shout out to Magic Carp Ride in the chat today. All the wish them the best with the Golden Bean mint out. It's not many left to do mint out, so don't miss out on some special opportunity there.
In theory, if someone were a billionaire and they had like all this money, why wouldn't they just buy more of the thing they liked instead of dumping the thing they liked? Like if Bezos bought shares in Amazon, would you be pissed off? If Apple does a stock buyback and they buy more of their own shares in their company back from the public, which is a way to turn earnings into yield for the shareholders, do you get mad and yell at Apple? And so we had to come up with a word for this fan fiction fantasy, which is the opposite of a rug pull, called a magic carpet ride. And so if you're worried about risk of a rug pull, what weighted value have you given the risk of a magic carpet ride? And it's just hilarious to me.
It's fun to watch Hex pumping up the charts. It's left behind all kinds of broken hearts who didn't buy the dip, who didn't DCA. And now that we're on a rip, it's hard to look away. Now I'm not the one to hand out free advice, but as for me, I wouldn't dare think twice about buying a bag, since we're still somewhat down. This rocket ship's about to break the speed of sound. You know these wheels are starting to roll. Best to sit back and just enjoy the show, 'cause we're about to ride that train into the heart of Hexaco. I tip my hat to everyone who minds. You're getting paid out while you're killing time. It makes room for a nice vacation to the beach, perhaps a celebration now that you are rich. Ha ha! Ignore the haters who all called you crazy. You studied hard while they were being lazy. Now you're packing bags, about to take a ride up on that rocket ship, mooned up and starry-eyed. I feel these wheels are starting to roll. Best to sit back and just enjoy the show, 'cause we're about to ride that train into the heart of Hexaco. Now that we're summer bound and the sun is bright, I see that it's not round but rather has 6 sides. It's a work of art that's written into code, designed by Richard Hart to make our bags explode. You know these wheels are starting to roll. Best to sit back and just enjoy the show, 'cause we're about to ride that train into the heart of Hexaco. Yeah, we're about to ride that train into the heart of Hexaco.